I've spent over 45 hours in this world, building, farming, fighting, and of course, falling. A lot of falling. Seriously. Lately, I've noticed the landscape is looking a bit basic, which makes the builds feel random. They lack cohesion. So today we're changing that. We're diving into the landscape to make everything make sense. First up, I tackled this small hill, but before building, I ventured into the nearby cave to gather coal, iron, and stone. Then, things took a turn. I encountered a suspiciously sketchy enderman who wasn't really doing anything, but I just didn't like the way he was looking at everything. Took him down and tossed the ender pearl into the sky in a moment of prideful victory. Unfortunately, it hit the ceiling, teleported me up there, and I ended up dying again by fall damage. Again, like always. Let's get back to the build. I'm turning off narrator Cisco and bringing the game day energy live just for you. Let's go. Woo. My microphone was off during the first bit of recording. That was intentional. I was not feeling too well for a while, so I turned it off, but this is the progress I've got thus far. This is a perfect way for me to show you a preview of what exactly this side is going to look like. That side over there is going to look a little different. I have other plans, and over there at the end, it's going to tighten up a little bit as well. You can see I placed a couple of trees. I want to keep it strictly vanilla looking for the nostalgia style. No custom trees. As you can tell, since it's version 1.0, you gotta really understand the block palette is very different in this one. Like, even the texturing is a lot different. It is very dramatically different when you look at certain types. However, all this is transferable to modern Minecraft. It took me like an hour and a half to do just this thing alone. Oh, it just occurred to me I died. I gotta switch that to a 15. I'm not gonna do that yet. That's my death board, by the way, in case anyone's wondering. Why are you like that? Why are you broken now? That shouldn't be like that. Did I accidentally place something in there? Oh, I made it worse. Oh, I can't focus on that right now, but looking at this at the moment, I don't know what's wrong with me. Oh, that's gonna bug me. I'll fix it by next episode. I will. Oh, but it sounds beautiful. However, I still need to worry about tying all this together now. Wake up early in the morning and get it all done. When this all turns green, it's going to look a lot better. I'm probably going to add like some little bushes, or not bushes, but like grass here and there. Just kind of like sporadically put it around like it's almost overgrown a little bit. I do also love the way that this is a giant, like mega stairwell. And then this one's a loop, 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 loop. That looks better. Let me just add a little bit of texturing to the floor. There we go. Now I think this part looks a lot better. Sure, it's very claustrophobic right here, especially. Maybe I could just... something like that. Yeah. We'll just break it down like that. And I want to start adding little posts right here, like a little boom with a little torch on top, or maybe some glowstone. We'll figure it out. We'll work as we go. That was perfect. The perfect amount of block. By the way, that thing needs to get redone as well. One thing at a time, Cisco. You can do this. So I'm doing this section now, and this is kind of being a pain in the you-know-what for me right now, because I don't know what I want to do with this section. I don't want to really plant anything around here. You know what? Hold on. Let me try this. Should I just do this? See, I'm not a huge fan of this either. Let me try something. This kind of works a little bit better. Now that it has almost like a little pathway, you can actually, boom. Sure, it sucks because you're walking on this, but we don't have mud in here. That didn't exist for like, what, 12 years maybe? I don't know. Basically, I'm gonna be walking around it like this. Oh, it's gonna be nighttime. I could hear a zombie beneath me. I'm wondering if I should go kill him. Dude, where are they? Are they above me or below me? They're definitely on, like, my left side, but where? Oh, there it is. Okay. I have heard those guys spawn here for a very long time. You can actually hear... you can hear my nether portal. The only reason this exists on this side is because... I want it to look a little bit nicer on this end. That's it. I'm going to add a little trim to this as well. Don't worry. Oh my god. Dude, ever since I built this, I had this 3 thing here. You know what? I'm keeping that there. I just realized it's off center, or not off center. This is higher than the other side, and I messed it up. Oh, come on. There's no way. Okay, fine. Making mistakes like this, it's not the end of the world. No. Oh, I just need 2 more. That is annoying. This side is literally nothing. It does nothing. It just gives you a cool little long ramp to go up there. I got 14 diamonds in here, yet I insist on keep making these iron things because I don't want to waste it on this project. But it also, you know, begs the question, why the hell do I care? Honestly, this is the old Minecraft. You can't really enchant things in here. Or, well, you can. I do have an enchanter room, just the FYI. I have beat this game because I'm a legend. You suck at building and your haircut is stupid. Now this thing goes up and it goes down, which begs the question, what the hell do I build right here? Because it's a perfect spot for, like, a hidden build. Maybe I build something... Ooh. Okay, I have an idea. Okay, maybe like a little cotton candy truck. Almost like a carnival sort of truck, but a cotton candy thing, you know, and the wool will be like the cotton candy or whatever. I can make it like an ice cream truck. Probably do that. I'll build like an ice cream truck right here, or ice cream booth, or little store. I'll do something cool right there. I'll just hide it in the back because all this stuff is sort of industrial. This is my beautiful bread farm. And then we got a lovely little, whoop, let's grab you. Then we got a little chicken farm. Bam! I love it. There's Cisco's fried chicken. Then we got a lovely lab over there. And then on the other end over there, we also have a little brewery. So it's more industrial on this side. Why not make a little fun build alleyway in the back right here? Wouldn't that be great? Make a little fun build alleyway? And this would be a fun alley section. It's almost like our Diagon alley sort of way. We can make all the fun builds right back here. And just hide them on this side, on the top end. That'll be kind of fun. I think that'll be a fun little project. And that way, it'll give us way for when we're coming up here, it'll give this section purpose. Boom, and then we find all of our fun, smaller builds around here. Now, I don't know if I want to copy that exact same thing I did on that end to be on this end. Also, upgraded this entire thing. I forgot to tell you guys that this is all an upgrade as well. You guys probably saw this last time when it was all green, but this is completely... different now inside as well. And funny little thing, I don't know if I still have it in footage, but when I was putting up these little wooden slabs, here's a quick little flashback if I have the footage. I was putting this stuff up in silence. I did not have my microphone on. I placed all the seeds back up, and then when I went up there to place all of this lovely wooden planks, I have a red torch system going in the back. I broke the torch and all the water came right back flooding down, destroying all the hard work that I did placing all the seeds. And it was so frustrating because my mic was on, my camera just kind of shook violently. It was stupid, but it made me laugh. This looks beautiful. I love the way it looks. So now we gotta kind of switch it up same way. Oh my god, major voice crack. Switch it up, you know. We're gonna do some awesome stuff here. We're gonna keep that in. That's funny. Okay, now we're gonna break the rest of this stuff. Perfect. Wait, stop the video. Narrator Cisco here. The next clips dive into some seriously detailed landscaping tips. If you're a casual builder, it might feel a little too much. Fair warning, this advice is pretty thorough and might feel a bit tedious. So if it's not your thing, I totally get it. But if you do stick around, I hope you enjoy the ride. Now, let's roll the footage. Now, I could walk you through the process on how I did something similar to this, and how it is kind of a trust the process kind of moment, you know? So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lay down trees. So this is step 1 in the process. You lay down trees, plant them. They could be small trees just like that, since I want to do it strictly vanilla. You can see the log here. It looks good, but if this was like this, and the log is exposed, then it just looks off, you know? It looks off. Not just like the way I did it, but you gotta keep it like that. That's kind of how I like doing it. So next thing I will do is I want to avoid people doing this and just turning here. I want to make it seem like when you go here and you turn, you have to follow this path. So in order to do that, you have to immerse them into this path. This is why I sink it down, just like that. So in order to do that, in order to avoid especially if they're running from this section, boom, boom, run into this, no. You want to put something here that'll kind of avoid that. So I'm going to place one... possibly right here, And let's see what this grows out to be. Yeah, I was afraid it was going to do that. Okay, let's break this. Ah, there we go. Just a bigger tree so it doesn't conflict with the little fence right there. Now we have 3 trees here. 1, 2, 3, and you can already feel it kind of closing off. I love that there's a little overhang here. Now this one has the problem that I didn't want it to have. It kind of hits this little fence post. So for like this entire 90-degree angle or whatever you want to call it, 45-degree angle, whatever you want to call it, it pretty much conflicts with this little thing. But I'm going to keep it there because it fits so perfectly right here. Like, so perfectly right here. So I'm going to keep it like that. What I can do, though, is I could break this little piece of the tree, that little piece, and then I can actually place a little torch right there in the corner. Sure, does it look a little off? Yeah, maybe. Maybe a little off. Not quite as vanilla. But I'm going to keep it as is because I do like the fact that I can place my torch there. You can see it's looking pretty awesome, but it's probably missing 1 tree about right here. So we planted 4 for the basic structure of this, as the same with here. 4 for the basic structure. I could probably plant 1 more around here. It's very, very empty, just so we can kind of fill out this section. Fits very well. Now, there's a bunch of trees here, and we got to make sure it's at least lit up properly. So we want to just kind of hide this stuff. And it works very well when you do it like this, by the way, in the background. Now, step 1 is officially complete. When you stare at it from about this angle, you can see all of the lovely trees we placed. Kind of blocking off our lovely little bread, but that's why the walkway is here. So you can actually just walk by and admire the beauty of little bread of toasty? What's a cool name for toast or bread? Brederick. You can walk by and enjoy Brederick. It's canon now, accept it. We already finished step 1, which is trees. Step 2, what I typically like to do is stone. Lots and lots and lots of stone. As you can see, we have 64 though. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be counting. I don't like to do kind of veiny like. I like to do a big clump of stone, almost like a giant rock of just pure stone, by the way. Not like a whole clunky bit of cobble and smooth stone and stone brick and all that stuff. I don't like to do all that because then it becomes a huge, unmanageable mess. I like to do it with pure stone first, take a big wide shot of it, and then we take a look at what works, what doesn't, why does it work, why doesn't it work, and then we fix it, and then we add along, and eventually all the detail comes right after. So first thing I like to do is I like to go 1, 2, 3. We're basically figuring out like where the pattern is gonna go, you know? Just place the blocks where you feel comfortable. For me, I feel like the rocks should be about right here. I made like this rock sort of formation. That one doesn't really have one, so I thought the way to separate it would make it a little bit taller. It does kind of touch the tree though a little bit. Yeah, okay, it'll be fine if it touches that. It's no big deal. It's not like rocks don't, you know, avoid it or something. It's not like photosynthesis where they don't let the freaking, or not photosynthesis. That's actually when an animal feeds itself, isn't it? Feeds off of the sun or something like that. Whatever. Let's take a quick look. Okay, now it's coming down properly. We do need to go get the rest of our stone, but now it's coming down properly where it feels more natural. But when I'm doing detail on stuff like this, it's very on purpose. It is so on purpose, I am telling you. This right here is on purpose, okay? If it was randomized, it would be it'll look blotchy, it'll look odd, and it wouldn't look good like abstract painting. It would look like finger painting in preschool, okay? It's adorable, but it's probably not fridge worthy when you're an adult. You know, I will be honest, I do love the way it looks here. That's just epic. Like, this looks great. You could stand right here and my god, what a difference it's made already. I just can't stop walking through this one section already because it feels proper. It feels like a properly done build. Obviously not yet, but it feels, I can see it. I can see the build finding its shape. This section is looking pretty good. I'll probably end up just wrapping that section up just the way it looks. But I will add the stone to connect this bit here. So I'm going to break this to remind myself. That's where I'm going to place that stone at. Step 2 is done, but it already looks more lively. It looks better. It already improved it. Like if I wanted to do a starter build and I had like a tiny little hill, all you have to do is make it look the shape you want it to look, whether you want it to look like purposefully or purposely man-made, or you want it to feel more organic, something like this, then yeah, you can definitely do this in your world. It is so simple. That was step 2 already, because we did step 1 with the trees, step 2 with the stone. That is a little bit more of a pain, but step 3 is pretty much placing all the bushes down. Now you're gonna see just how randomized this thing is for someone like me. What I look for is a space that has a lot of air to it. And what I mean is like empty spaces. These are empty spaces. As you can see, I kind of trailed it in between, but I trailed it in between to kind of mask off this section between the gravel and the cobble, because if you place it right here, it would be too busy. Like if I placed a bunch of stuff all right here and we trailed it down, as you can see, it becomes too busy and it looks like it kind of looks like an overgrown theme, you know, as opposed to just looking nice for the sake of looking nice. It looks overgrown, like you would see in like an apocalyptic world, which would work if that's your deal. You know, the more leaves you place around your builds and board it up and stuff, then yeah, then it would work to do it like that. But when you're trying to make it look pretty the way I'm trying to make it look pretty, you got to find the empty space. For me, the empty space will be somewhere along this line, probably stopping around here and probably here, and probably starting right on this corner of the tree. So I'm going to start it here, bring it down to this section. I might even end it right there. And then this one will probably start a little bit on this side of the tree, maybe bring it up 1, 2, 3, and drip it down. So let's give that a shot. This is step 3, leaves, and probably some bushes as well. This is a very basic sort of way I do a bush. Very, very simple way you could do a bush. So in case you want to follow it along. So you could do 1, 2, 3. And I just want to break 1 down right here because it's always good to do stuff like this, okay? So you could go here, 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 okay? Here and here. So let's just see what that looks like. It's very randomized. It looks pretty good to me, though. So I might just keep that. Yeah, I'm going to keep that. It looks good on 2 sections already. What about this? When you walk around, does it look... Yeah, there's a few blocks I could place right there. So let me just see. Make sure that it fits your style of build. You don't have to worry about what other people would do. You don't have to follow anyone's advice to a T, even mine. Don't worry about what I'm saying. If you have an awesome idea for a build, then do your awesome idea. That's done. Let's do the second part. Okay, I kind of wanted it to just hug the back section of this as well. So yeah, just a little bit more overgrown on that right side. And it looks good. Okay, those 2 are good. Now let's add a little bit of a bush here. Still part of the same phase. I like to do this with it as well. Nice and grown. Beautifully done. So that still needs to gain some greenery, and then we'll just plant some of this lovely bone meal. But for the time being, this looks really cool so far. If, in fact, if you guys wanted to keep it just like that because that's what you wanted, honestly, it just looks better than the doesn't look better than that, but it looks better than just leaving it as is and the way it used to be. Now you could at least do some parkour around here. That's actually really fun. All right, I'm just hurting myself at this point. This is stupid. I don't really have a whole lot of soul sand left, so instead of placing it like a little more prominent under one of these trees, or under like that tree, and then just having it hug, and then right here, I'm probably just gonna place it around, where would be the best? Probably around here. Let's just do that. That probably works for me just the same. I can actually add this stuff a little bit more. See, sometimes you gotta go back a step, and it's perfectly okay to do that too. So let me, instead of having the thing here, let me just add this. That was the last bit of my soul sand, but I think it works. This is going to remain dirt forever. I just want it to stay dirt. I don't want it to turn green. We're going to keep it as dirt there because that's the only way we can make dirt stay looking like dirt. Is as long as we don't connect it, I think it works relatively well, to be honest. I like the way it feels. I think it's time that we start adding all the little details. Now I can actually place all the detail stuff since I got all my lovely cobblestone. You could just place stuff like this. I'm not going to place it right there because that just kind of defeats the purpose, but I could do this. That's looking a lot better as well. As you can see, I kind of made it a little bit like just pure stone, and that's a little bit weird because I wasn't going to do that in the first place. But yeah, that's kind of like the next step, and I think the final step would be the final touches, and that includes things like gravel, a little bit right here and a little bit right there, but I got a lot of it, so we don't got to worry too much. Now I can actually place some little stuff around here. This is the best way you can do in the older versions to make it seem a little bit better, but you don't want to really place all of them in the same spot because then it just kind of looks a little placed. And I know it sounds so stupid, but you want to make it look like it grew here, you know? So you have the different types of mushrooms placed all over. This little section and this section, total time combined took almost like 3 hours because you do have to do everything by hand, which makes me appreciate, and hopefully it'll make you guys appreciate, all the people who do huge bits of landscape. I still need to do that section over there, and maybe if we have time, a little bit more on the other end. But right now, this section looks really cool. We're making it look really good. Could I add some little water and stuff flowing about? Yeah, I probably could, but right now, I just wanted this to feel like a grand opening when you walk through here. It is beautifully detailed. We can see the soul sand and the gravel and the cobble, especially the cobble and the little stones. This is what it looks like now. I mean, come on. Detailing is what really locks in your world and makes it feel the way a world should feel. It looks freaking awesome. Genuinely. Typically, you could add like a little tree with a tire swing, or you could add a little park bench, or you can add stuff like that. Whatever you want to add in Minecraft, you can build it. No worries. You really can. But for now, that's probably my thumbnail, to be honest with you guys. I'm gonna wait until that sunset hits. All right, I got distracted again. I've been doing this stupid thing. I'm planting the freaking not talk normal. I'm planting the sugarcane. I don't have any more stone? No, you're lying. I still need a lot of stone, actually. Let me be honest with you. I don't need a little, I need a lot. Just an FYI, guys, doing landscape like this is really super fun. What the hell is going on with this? Dude! Whoa! It looks like darkness is just swallowing my world. What the hell is going on? That's so creepy. Hold on, I gotta get some rest really quickly before a giant Enderman swallows my world. That's what it looked like anyway. Yeah, I find it a bit tedious, but I don't know what else to tell you guys. This section, I do want to make it just to completely finish off. But yeah, there's a lot of stone I still need, and now that I realize I actually need all that stone, let's head down to the caves once again, just to collect all the freaking stone. Let's dig straight down. I'll see you there. Probably not dig straight down, but I'll see you there. Whatcha? Had to play it super safe this time. I'm almost completely full. Man, I wanted to be ignored by you. Okay. Wait a minute. Is that that is. Just jump down. Okay. Dude! Oh my god. Okay, get rid of that. I don't care about the rest. I finally got some cocoa beans. About freaking time. We just can't die now. Dude, what do you want? Oh my goodness. Okay, we're almost done. Not exactly sure if I could put them on any tree in this version or not, but I'm gonna try. I got 3 of them though, which is epic. If I need to get like jungle tree, you know, they're extremely freaking rare in this version, so I really don't want to go look for them, but I will if I have to. I just don't want to. Yeah, found a diamond. I'll get rid of lapis. Okay, giant, like, cavern, basically. Looks very much like modern Minecraft when you look at this. Look at that. It's a giant area. We are fully stacked with everything we can get at the moment. Luckily, I found this lovely spot, and we get to leave. I would love to find one more diamond down there, but it doesn't look like anything is down. There's a lot of sand and stuff, which means that these things have collapsed. Seems to be a river of some sort. Let's see if it's my river. Holy heck, where the hell am I? Oh, I know where I am. After a beastly session, absolutely completed. Place it around up here for the time being. I don't know where they gotta be placed. Look, I would love for them to just be placed on here, which would be amazing, but no. They gotta be placed on a jungle tree, which sucks, but at least we have the cocoa beans now. I just don't want to waste those. Eventually, I'll go looking for a little jungle tree, but right now, we got everything we could possibly need. Let's start shaping up this section here. So it's basically like this. Oh, crud. Oh, that is freaking death. I did it wrong. First layer and I already messed up. No, 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 no. No, come on. How? Every freaking time. I die from the same thing. I just said, don't fall down there, death and blah, 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 dangerous, whatever I just said, and then I freaking die from it. It feels like a completely different world. It's just full of detail. It feels immersed. It's awesome. It's kind of how I wanted it to look. So that right there, this main street detail work is done. Done. I'm tired. Because look, if you come out here, boom. That looks awesome. This sign, I think it's only right. It's not exactly a comment of the day, but this sign deserves to be out here. And I'm going to put, you know what? It's probably going to need more than one sign now that I realize what I'm going to be writing. Because like I said, without this area, without Flaming Jester's comment, this entire area, my entire last episode would not have existed. Why not just do it like this? Find the ideal spot. Probably in the pacing area would be best. I could place them right here and right here. So I guess I'll place it like this. Now it is officially immortalized with the name Flaming Jester. I decided to put this. This lab was funded by the awesome, one and only legend, Flaming Jester. Thank you so much, because I just cannot believe that all the inspiration came from that one single comment from 2 videos ago, and I made all of this stuff. That's always fun. It doesn't feel like it's done, does it? Let me just do it. Yeah, I was gonna end it right here, but I simply can't. I gotta finish this thing, and I'm not gonna break it down into a process. I'm just gonna turn this all into stone and then call it a day, so I can end this this episode, and I'll let you guys know, or I'll show you guys the end result, okay? I'll see you guys in a second. Oh, God. I always bite off more than I can chew, and I do this so much. Go to sleep. There we go. This should be it. This should be the very last bit of it. I'm exciting. That's just me bigging up myself. I am so exciting that I cannot believe it. I can't even fathom how exciting I am. That's how exciting I truly am. But no, really, that's done. Ladies and gentlemen, that marks the episode for today. I am Cisco. I love every single one of you, and there's nothing you can do about it. I mean that in the best way, of course. I hope you enjoyed this lovely landscape view as I walk over to change that stupid death board for the beginning of next episode. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good day. I'll see you next time. Ah.